What up, you guys? Welcome back to Feral Publications YouTube channel. This channel talk about zines and DIY publishing, and today we're looking at Cinema Purgatorio. And I don't know how many people heard about this, but when I heard about this coming out, I was floored. I was hella happy. It came out from Avatar Press. Avatar Press is probably more famously known for Crossed. I don't know how many of you guys have ever read Crossed, but it's actually a really good story. And it's fun to read. And just imagine if Walking Dead was just a little more bloody and gory. This would be that. But Cinema Purgatorio, the reason why it was a big deal for me was Garth Ennis was writing in it, Alan Moore working with Kevin O'Neill, and it just had this whole entourage of like badass creators. And it was an anthology, and it was a black and white comic. Couldn't wait for it to come out, but I had to wait for it to come out because they weren't being published in a timely manner. They weren't being published in the way they said they were. There was always delays. Look at this page. And if you're wondering when these were coming out, they were coming out in 2016. And this was a big deal to me, the same way the Frank Miller Presents comics are a big deal to me right now. And it's because it was, Garth Ennis, who I love from Goddess and other things, The Boys and so on and so forth. He's very famous and prolific. And then you had someone like Alan Moore, who's another artist that's very famous and prolific. And that's why I was like, man, I gotta get it. This is what kind of piqued my interest in maybe a Feral Comics. I just like this idea of an anthology comic book zine with black and white art. Like, it's what spoke to me, and it's kind of what I, followed through on. So here goes the Alan Moore one. Like, man, I've definitely been stuck on the style that I like for quite some time. And so there's all these segments to the stories, and then they continue in the next issues. And Alan Moore as well was tasked with creating the continuity of it all. And basically the story was, there's these individuals that are trapped in a cinema purgatorio, and basically they're being tortured through the films they're watching, and they're being made to reflect on their life decisions based upon the films. So the films are, I guess, tailored to each individual to show them something that they may not have learned, or to like tap into a trauma that they feel. And it's interspersed throughout the comics, the stories, right? Because these are the films that they're watching. But this one right here, for my money, was the one I liked the most. The art was great. The story so far, which is funny because it's the first one, but they had a back, and like, they obviously knew that was fire because they made it the cover. So that right there. But yeah, this story was hella cool. It was fun. It's like a Mad Max meets some sort of Tolkien-ish story. And Garth Ennis came through though, man. His whole story read through hella good. And I'm obviously not gonna spoil it all. But if you guys get the chance to pick these up, just for the art, it's great. But, nonetheless, it's a good read. So this is one of those comic books that I never really hear people talking about. But, like, I was really happy when these were coming out. I haven't really seen Avatar Press publishing anything. And like I said, Avatar Press had, they had their space and their charm in the comic book world. And that's too bad that, they don't get enough love shown their way. But alright, you guys, as always, my name is Rich. I publish an underground comic book zine called Feral Comics, filled with underground subversive comics. If you are interested, there will be a link in the show notes for you guys to go ahead and get a single issue, if not a whole year subscription. We have back issues available. And beyond that, go ahead, like, and subscribe. Lights.